it seems like it's not open yet. It doesn't seem like it's back to normal yet in Los Angeles. So I think I kind of don't want to go now because I'm too scared that I'm just going to be turned off by how different it is. So I don't know.
I mean, you, myself, Joe, the Comedy Store was a big part of our lives. And when us three left, like I thought about us and how long we had been going down there and what the store meant to us and how much time we put down there. I thought we were going to miss it a lot more. The thing with me was I went down there with my wife and my daughter, and I basically just said goodbye from the building. I touched the building. I sat on the stairs. I went to all the places where I used to smoke pot out there behind the van in the back, you know, and I said my goodbyes. Like, I'm good with it. I don't know why. I feel a little shitty about it, that I feel good about it, but I don't know how am I supposed to feel, you know? I remember Doug Stanhope making fun of me and Joe, like, you guys will never leave here because you'll never leave the store. And
I thought that was true.
And it's true, because without the store, I can't even do stand-up. Like, the store was my fucking anchor, and then from there I would develop and go out into the road. Ever since I stopped going to the store, that just took that out of my resume. Like, it was just... So I wanted to see how you were doing with it, because you were the captain of the fucking store. The party started when you got there.
Yeah, I mean, now the store I don't think is open past 1 a.m. or midnight or something like that. I don't think the hang's there anymore, and that's what I loved most about the store, is just hanging with all you guys, like hang out in the back and smoking some, and you know, and just seeing everybody around the store. And from what I've been hearing, it's not the same like that anymore, and that's depressing to me. So I don't know. I don't know if I could deal with that.
It was weird because I thought it was such a party when I was partying. Mm-hmm. Like that was your last stop every night. Like, the store was it, you know. Like, if you did New Year's at the Improv with Joe, we'd always end up at the store to fucking drink and jump up and down and, you know, torture people and the whole thing. It's just mind-boggling to me that after 23 years, I just walked away from the store. It really bothers me in a way, but I've learned to deal with it. It's not like I miss it. I see the lineups, and I know that I don't even know half the people, which lets me know how old I am. Like, I'm looking at schedules from, like, the place in New York City and the really good comedy place, the Cellar, and I'm looking at the store lineups, and I'm seeing a 50% that I don't even know these people. You know, like, I don't know Taylor Tomlinson, but I know who she is. These people, I've never even heard of them. So how did they get to the store, like, in that short a fucking period, like a year and a half, and they became regulars? I don't even hear of these people. I've never even seen these fucking people, and I wish them all the luck in the world. I'm not hating on the young generation. I'm happy that people are fucking still doing comedy and they're in. But I just don't know where half of these comedians came from. It doesn't bother me. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying that, wow, in a year and a half, comedy has really passed me the fuck by. And you're the only guy that knew it. You knew it from the beginning. Like, you're like, I don't think you're going to get back on stage. I don't feel it, Redban. After not going to the store, that was everything to me. There's not even a club around here. There's great clubs. Uncle Vinny's is great. The Stress Factory is great. But they don't bring you the satisfaction of the store. You know?
Yeah, that's one good thing that I've been very happy about with Austin, is that how many places there are to do stand-up comedy. Like, where all the clubs are, there's literally 10 clubs all around that you can just go from spot to spot to spot, kind of like what I would imagine New York is. And so many people have moved to Austin from the Comedy Store, and all these comics like Derek Poston, Hassan, Dylan Sullivan, Tony Hinchcliffe, you know, there's just all these people. So it kind of feels like the old days of the Comedy Store, but now it's just in Austin. It's definitely helped the move to Austin, because it almost feels normal. Just the comedy scene here, and it's just growing and growing. You know, with Rogan opening his club, I can't even imagine how it's going to be in a couple months. So
it's a great scene. It really, really is a great scene for young comics, I think, right now. It's really, and when I say young comics, it could be a 40-year-old that just got into comedy. I'm talking about guys that have been doing comedy from 5 to 10 years. That's the point where there's no fucking direction in comedy. You're not really a feature act yet. Nobody's hiring you. You have the time, but it's really fucked up. And it's great to be in a environment of your peer. Like, that was what was great about LA for me. When I got to LA, I had Josh Wolf. Ralphie May was with us. That crew, we were all young guys at that point. We all went out to become whatever we became, but we were all young guys. Brett Ernst, I was a little older than that crew. Brett Ernst, Steve Byrne, that crew. But it's great that I've always said, man, when you have a good foundation of comedy, you're going to springboard to do great things. And that's what's going on in Austin right now. If you're a young comic, I suggest you go to Austin and learn. You're not going to learn at the store anymore. It's not a school anymore. You need help with that. Mike and I were talking about open mics for musicians. Like, they don't charge any money. You got to charge $5 so people are committed to it. People won't come. If they see it's something for free, they won't come. If they see $5 or $10, they'll go, okay, I might go because it's worth the fucking party, or whatever. But that's, honest to God, I think that's what I missed from stand-up. What we used to have when it was me, you, Joe, Ari, Duncan on the road. That was fun. Then I started going on the road by myself where all the pressure was on me and I had another guy helping me, but it was just two of us. It wasn't, I would sit in my room all day. I'd see the feature act for lunch. Maybe we'd go to a something to look at a fucking history something, Hits Town or something in Detroit. And then you go back to your room. It's not like when we were fucking doing it, we would start at 11 in the morning, go to fucking Papa Do's, eat a meal till 1, go shoot guns, come back, fucking go to the pool, swim. So you're a comic all day and you're with other comics and you're like-minded and you're talking about the same shit. Then all of a sudden I started going on the road selling tickets and I was by myself. And it sucks dick.
Yeah. Those were the days going to Papa Do's and everything like that. I went to the Papa Do's that we used to go to all the time with Joe and Ari and Duncan all the time. I went there recently. It felt so weird being there. That used to be our go-to place every time
we went across from the DoubleTree.
Yeah. Oh, man, that DoubleTree, that poor DoubleTree looks like it needs to be torn down.
Really? Well, you got to remember, like, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That was 20 years ago when that hotel was kicking and shit.